For thousands of years, it was the jewel of the ancient world, a symbol of power, wealth, and incredible human achievement. Imagine towering ziggurats piercing the clouds, lush hanging gardens that seemed to defy gravity, and massive walls so thick that chariots could race on top of them. This was Babylon, the city that legends were made of. But like all great empires, its story has a dramatic final chapter. Today, we're going to uncover the mystery of what really happened on the day Babylon burned. To an outsider, Babylon must have seemed invincible, eternal. But as history teaches us time and time again, no fortress is truly impregnable, and no empire lasts forever. Inside these very walls, the seeds of its downfall were already being sown. First, we have Nabonidus, the last king of the Neo-Babylonian Empire. This didn't sit well with the powerful priests of Marduk, Babylon's chief deity. They saw Nabonidus as a heretic who was neglecting his royal duties and angering their god. While the king was away on his spiritual quests, he left his son, Belshazzar, in charge of running the city. On the fateful night, Belshazzar was throwing a massive feast for 1,000 of his nobles. They were drinking wine from sacred vessels looted from the temple in Jerusalem, mocking the gods of their captives. Finally, the prophet Daniel was brought in. He interpreted the divine message. The days of the Babylonian kingdom had been numbered and brought to an end. Belshazzar had been weighed on the scales and found wanting. His kingdom would be divided and given to the Medes and Persians. According to the legend, that very night, the prophecy came true. In fact, for centuries after the Persian conquest, Babylon continued to be a major city, an important administrative and cultural center within the Persian Empire. But its days as the capital of the world were over. The city began a long, slow decline. Alexander the Great later conquered it and had grand plans to make it the capital of his own vast empire, but his untimely death put an end to that dream. Over the following centuries, with new capitals like Seleucia and Siphon being built nearby, Babylon's population dwindled.